cannot stop. Are you stopping? Keep recording. Alright, where have I been? I don't know. A lot of stuff has happened this year. It's been a hell of a year for me. My dad passed away in January, so I had to go through that. And I have a boyfriend now, in case you guys didn't see that video. Yeah, he is all done with basic or boot camp with A school. He just finished a 6-month deployment. All that's over with, and now we've been together for a year. He gave me this awesome promise ring, if you can see that. And so it's been crazy because of that too. I went to his graduation. I visited him again in Chicago. He came home for leave in May, and then I went twice to Washington. I just came back a couple of weeks ago. So it's been just crazy because I've been dealing with all the stuff with my dad passing, and if you didn't see the video I made for him, you can watch that here. We're getting rid of all the stuff, selling the house, all of that. And then there was also the craziness of the Army, doing exercise and practicing, trying to keep on top of that. And I also graduated college. I have a Bachelor's of Arts degree in French now. Forgot to mention that I also lost my friend Scott from a drug overdose. I worked with him at Tim Hortons, and I got a new job. I work at Shipyard Brewing Company, which is a brewery. I work in the gift shop and they give virtual tours and tastings. And Tim Hortons closed after I left, so they couldn't handle it without me. Okay, back to the other video. I wanted to do this YouTube survey before the year was actually over. I will say that I actually did do this on December 30th, so even if I upload it in 2014, I can say I did answer the YouTube survey in 2013. I'm gonna go through these questions. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear is not knowing what to expect, or like just worrying about the future. Like if something is already happening that makes me have doubts about the future, then that makes me really fearful of things not going well. It's my biggest fear of not knowing what to expect, and that kind of grips me because when I went to basic training for the Army, I was so scared because I didn't know what to expect. And when we finally got to our barracks, I could not walk. I fell down the stairs. I tripped twice on the sidewalk. I went in the right platoon line, but then to the wrong classroom, and they had to put me in the right one, and they knew my name on the first day, pretty much. So I'm trying to get over that, not letting it affect me so much, but it still does a lot. How did you find out Santa wasn't real? I don't know a specific time when I actually found out. I think it just kind of came to light in a way. After my dad kept saying, you know, don't sleep on the couch, he's not coming. I think I kind of figured it's because my dad didn't want me to see him putting presents underneath the tree. And as I got older, you know, all my friends would say it, so it didn't make me terribly upset, I just knew. What's the best idea you've ever had? Best idea I've ever had? Shh, I don't know. I don't think I've had very many good ideas. Best one? No, I don't think I have one. A lot of my ideas are from other people's ideas. So, for example, Individual Maddie said in one of her videos she was making a jar of memories, and I was gonna do that last year. I never did, but it's a great idea for this year. And basically what you do is you write down happy memories or things you've learned. You write them down like every day and you put them in the jar, and then at the end of the year you read them. And it's just a way to remind you of all the happy things in your life instead of getting down on all the negatives. So that's a great idea. It's not mine, so maybe this year I'll have a great idea, but no, I can't think of anything. Most embarrassing thing your parents have ever done? Well, my parents and I have a really interesting relationship. I drink with my parents, I party with them, so there's not very many embarrassing things that I probably haven't seen already that they could do. But one instance I can tell you is that when my mom and my stepdad and I were at Boaters Beach, which was on Sebago Lake, my mom was a little drunk and she swam out to this party boat that had like a bar on it. She swam out on her float out to it, and we just couldn't believe how sociable she was being with these strangers, and we just watched her out there dancing on the boat. They gave her a glass of wine and she was having a hell of a time, and I was like, oh my god, that's my mom. And her float popped, so they had to drive her back. So they dropped her off and then she swam back out to the beach. That was hilarious, but also really embarrassing. If you were only allowed to pick one career for the rest of your life, what would it be? One career. Well, the career I studied for was to be doing something with French. So I wanted to be a French interpreter. But if I had to choose a different career, I think it'd either be a singer or doing something professionally, playing my saxophone, or doing this, like getting paid to make YouTube videos like so many people on YouTube do. French interpreting is fun, but not as fun as I like, you know. It's not as lucrative and it's harder to find jobs, especially. And I'll probably end up having to become a teacher. Right? And focus. Yeah, okay. Who do I want to tag for the survey next? Well, since it's the end of the year, I don't think I'm going to tag anybody because it's a little too late. So I tag anybody who's watching this. If you want to make a video, you can. It'll be late for 2013, but at least you'll have one. I will try to make more videos this year since it is a great hobby of mine alongside, you know, playing my saxophone, doing crafts. But some other craziness will be happening. I am moving to Washington State in April to go live with my boyfriend since he's stationed there. So I believe I'll probably be a little busy packing up for that. But once I'm there, I probably will have more free time. But there are a few videos that I've been meaning to make for eons. One being my old Italian videos I took when I was in Italy. I never got around to uploading all of those, and I have tons of them, and I'm thinking of calling them like the Italian Chronicles because there really are chronicles now, and I don't know if anybody would care to watch them, but looking back, I probably said some really ridiculous things, so maybe that would be entertaining. I also need to make my Poe montage video. I've been meaning to make that for 2 years now. Basically, I took videos there too, and I have tons of pictures, and I wanted to put it to the song El Midi, which is like our unofficial like anthem for that study abroad class of 2012. I think it would be a really fun video to make. Other than that, I'm gonna try to do some tags, you know, especially when I'm in Washington. I'll try to do the boyfriend tag. It's gonna be really interesting moving over there and living with him. Homecoming was one of the best days of my life. I got to see him for the first time in 6 months, hug him, kiss him. It was a wonderful feeling, and I was only there for 3 days that time, so it wasn't long enough at all. But at least I only have to wait 3 months this time. And they have a house already, 6-bedroom house, and I'll be living with him and 6 other dudes. So I'm gonna be the only chick, so I'll need some sort of outlet for that sometimes, I think. That'll be really fun. But thanks for watching this. I know I'm incredibly late on it, but every view that I get, I will appreciate very much. And I will see you guys next year. And also, this is a new camera. It's a Canon T3i, so it's your very basic DSLR, but it does its job. Alright, I will talk to you guys later, and remember, I am rock on my friends. Bye.